Alzheimer's Association, one of the questions we get a lot is, how do I know what the difference is between maybe normal aging or what might be Alzheimer's or signs of Alzheimer's? So we have a program we do, and information and a brochure that we can send anytime that talks about what are the 10 signs that we know people should look for. And again, important as we know the baby boomers hit 65 and more of us reach that first real age of risk in this country, to know what those signs are, and if you have questions or concerns, to talk to your family, talk to your friends, most importantly talk to your doctor, to tell them and explain to them what those concerns are. So one of the first things we know to look for and people worry about, or you may see that happens to people, is that oftentimes people forget some of the most basic things, or it seems like their short-term memory isn't as good as it used to be. So people's names, maybe important dates, some kind of basic things, maybe just some simple things about what their plans were for the day, even if they've just had that discussion. And so it may seem like people are asking the same question over and over. Now again, part of normal aging is that our brains do forget things over time, because our brains age like our eyes and our knees and everything else. But again, if you see that happening, if you see it happening on an increasing basis, if you see it happening in lots of different environments, maybe something to be worried about and check on. One of the second things we notice is that people's problem-solving skills get more difficult. So again, we might see this with an individual who doesn't have as much of an ability to do their checkbook anymore. Maybe they've always done the finances. It may be things about people who are really good at following recipes, or maybe even had them memorized, like many of our family members have or have had. And so all of a sudden, they can't follow those recipes anymore. So part of it is forgetting the steps that are involved in those activities. And so when we see someone, again, who used to do something, do it well, didn't have any problems, consistently now begins having problems following through in all those areas, it's a reason to be worried. Now again, normal aging might mean we forget a date, we forget a bill, we might have to look at the recipe more often or set a timer, because we can't just go, oh, it's time to take that out of the oven. That's a normal aging kind of process. So one of the other things too we see again is as a sign, and things that may indicate an advanced stage in the Alzheimer's, is that again, familiar rules might become a problem. This can include a game you've always played, that you don't remember the rules. It could mean being the person who always snowblows, and you know all the things that have to happen to get the snowblower running. Again, that's a bit about all the multiple steps that are involved in a process. And so when we see people again who forget those rules and then can't remember how to do it, it's one thing again to go, did I put the oil in the snowblower or not? And not remember that and go back and be able to check. If you don't even know that, if you don't know to check the oil, if you can't remember that you were supposed to do that, that's when there becomes a problem. So again, the difference is we might forget those things, we might have to retrace our steps, but part of the difficulty here is literally just forgetting all those pieces that are involved in doing something.